I know I'm late on a lot of things, but I thought this was important. Hyperventilating and shaking and various other mildly embarrassing things. I have like 5 minutes before I need to leave for school, but I just saw the notification on my phone and I was like, that is very ominous. There are two ways this can go. This can either be they're announcing Switch 2, or it can be everyone leaked Switch 2, so we're not announcing it. Because update from Nintendo, that seems like not... Oh. Okay. Oh my... Holy frick. Is it seeing videos update from Nintendo? Yes, sir. The notification just said an update from Nintendo. And that seemed very, very, you know... Okay. I didn't even say my intro. Oh, I forgot my other intro. Oh, hey. Adjustable finally? Oh no, they're going the Wii U route, aren't they? Oh no. Wait, what? Oh my god. The Switch 2 is trapped. I'm so happy for it. Oh. That was totally like a year ago, so that's really cool. Hopefully that's... Oh yeah! Yup. As expected. Nice. Oh wow. Wow. It feels like they're going... Nintendo Switch 2 experience. Yeah, I'll check the official Nintendo website sometime. But that's... Wow, okay. They did it. I assume this will be like the Switch where, you know, the initial reveal trailer isn't all of the features. But, that is interesting. It does feel like they're really going the Wii U route of trying to make it more hardcore as a sequel. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think the Switch has certainly built up a much larger, genuine gaming audience than the Wii did. The Wii's whole thing was bringing in a bunch of people into gaming, but it didn't really keep them there with the way that it was set up, because its games weren't traditional, and really, they were just meant to be played as a family. And so, when the Wii U came around, a lot of those people didn't stick around, because they were just in it for the Wii, and not for the game. But then I think the Switch has done an incredible job of both getting more people into it, but also getting them more genuinely into gaming itself rather than just the Wii. It struck a really impressive balance with that. Also, with a lot of Nintendo series having either their best or some of their best games on the system. They've gotten just that right amount of both innovation and connecting it to the larger gaming world. Also with indies and stuff, that I feel like a lot more people have been indoctrinated into actually being Nintendo fans. I really need to go. Hi, my name is Alabaster Elias. I need to go. Hi, my name is Alabaster Elias. After thinking about it extensively, I think it is a huge gamble, but I think it is a gamble that could pay off. I'm not sure the full reasoning behind it. Why they would want a more why they would want to take such a big gamble, but I think they have certainly created an audience at this time that I think is definitely calling for something more powerful. And I certainly think that's a very vocal portion of the audience. I'm not sure how large of a portion of the audience it is. Because it could go one of two ways for them. It could either be everyone loves the fact that it has more power and it sells a bunch of units, or it could be like the Wii U, where the fact that it's branded as sort of a more hardcore, sleek, dark, cool design could alienate a lot of people from buying it. And I think also the fact that it is a direct sequel console could have a similar dual effect. I think it is a big gamble, but I think they've created an audience enough that is willing and wanting for it that I think it's certainly possible we have almost a Nintendo monopoly that they're attempting to slowly build by building up first the trust and want and genuine fandom, and then sort of delivering on some of the deeper things that those people now want, and actually now creating a consistent sales pattern that they have not had for, I mean, really since the beginning, but certainly in the last 20 years or so. Like, they had the NES, which was incredibly successful. They had the SNES, which was pretty successful as well. Then they had the N64, which was overshadowed by the betrayal of Sony. If you'll forgive my euphemism. But then the GameCube also didn't sell very well because of its emphasis on power and being similar to other things, to other consoles. And then the Wii was incredibly successful. Then it started to become almost a pattern of, we have a really successful console, then a very not successful console. With the Wii U, then back to the Switch. It's unclear where this will be, but I feel like they are easing better into a state where they have a fandom to please, and now they just have to please that fandom. So they're sort of easing into the more normal console market, instead of just trying it immediately with the GameCube and the Wii U, which I think is an interesting strategy, but it also sort of goes against their entire model, really, of innovate, never be the same as anyone else, constantly surprise and baffle in any variety of goodness or badness, and carving out a niche where they're not really actually competing with their competitors. So I think it's interesting that they're going this more simultaneously populist and potentially alienating route. But I think it is likely that it will be a success based on what they have created before now with the Switch. Just being fundamentally different in very subtle ways than the Wii was. I think nothing is certain, but everything is possible. I don't know why I'm so intellectually and almost politically analyzing the reveal trailer for the Nintendo Switch 2 system, to use the terminology that they use. But, yeah. I think this is more interesting than it seems. I think we will have to wait and see what they do with it. And knowing Nintendo, they're gonna do a lot. They're gonna do many, many insane things, and I hope that is the way in which it continues. I noticed that in the Switch era, they have become more corporate especially after the death of Mr. Iwata, who I unfortunately was not involved or sentient enough to experience what it was like to live under his regime. But I've heard wonderful things, and it seems to me that they've become much, much more corporate in this era. People have accused them of not listening to their fans, and I think this console is to an extent listening to the fans, but it is also leaning more into that corporate game console style. And honestly, if they continue not pleasing their fans, but it's still in a surprising and enjoyable way, that's fine. with me. I just want them to still be Nintendo. And I think this is hopefully what that will be. But I think it will be interesting to see where they go with it, because I think what this system will rely on is its games. Because the hardware doesn't have all that much of an initial draw compared to the Switch 1. And so I think they need a really good continued library, and I think they've done such a good job of making the game library for the Switch absolutely top-notch. And I hope in the time that we've just been getting sort of a bunch of remasters and stuff, and especially things developed, mainline games developed by other developers, that Nintendo has been using that time to develop a really great initial library for the Switch 2 as well, because that is necessary right now. I think it's a very interesting time, and it will be very interesting to see how this all plays out. And despite my incredibly boring, deadpan, almost scientific analysis of this, I am very excited, and I am, in shock. I had a better and more concise argument, but then I wasted my afternoon, and I got out of a right mindset to think about it. And so that's why this second section was so bad in the way that it was because I wasn't thinking about it right. But I am excited. I am very excited. They did it. They did it. And I'm sure there will be more surprises along the way. They just need to let themselves go. Just like me, letting myself go, letting my fake British accent show. Letting my mind go and letting myself think. I think Nintendo needs to let themselves go and really hit the ground running. Like Mario or Samus. Running has been an intrinsic mechanic in video games for years. From Crash Bandicoot to the only thing I can think of is Samus. Happy New Year. I need to work on a song that I need to finish for the end of the semester. It is due tomorrow, and I am halfway done with it. I'll hopefully release those 4 other videos at some point. I don't have time to write ending music.